Welcome back to another episode of Reality Check, your weekly deep dive into the X Factor, The Voice.
You're playing the tambourine with your damn feet.
And all things pertaining to the humble panda.
Girl, don't get me excited. My stomach already full of butterflies.
I'm here with American Idol Season 6 standout Melinda Doolittle, currently starring in Smokey Joe's Cafe at the Franklin Theater in Franklin, Tennessee. Melinda, thanks for being with us today. Is it safe to say that Wednesday night's episode was the X Factor's best episode ever? Not just its best audition episode ever, but its best episode in 2 seasons.
I really think it might be safe to say that because I enjoyed the entire 2 hours, and let's face it, 2 hours is a long time.
It's a lot of TV. With the exception of the kid getting arrested, yes, I will say I enjoyed the full 2 hours as well.
Okay, I forgot about him. That was 10 minutes wasted.
I'm getting arrested.
But outside of him, it was so great, and Panda was like icing on the cake for me.
Hey, Simon.
From her saying that she wanted Simon to be her baby daddy.
Simon is my baby daddy. That's why I wore this necklace today.
Singing like she did with pneumonia.
Bring it on home to me, yeah.
Explaining how she got her name in the first place.
My mom, well, she was kind of, in jail when she had me.
I didn't see that one coming off.
At all.
There.
Cellmate was a white lady and she was black, and so they just kind of came up with the name.
I need her on the show every week.
Were you nervous when they first showed her coming into the parking lot? I am pre-programmed anytime there's like a heavy set Southern black woman coming onto the screen of a reality singing competition, that she's just going to be the butt of the joke.
Yes.
The more they showed of Panda, I was like, I love this woman. Don't do something mean to her. Don't brutalize her. And we knew from the teases into commercial, this journey was going to end with her being carried out on a stretcher.
I was so nervous for her, and so I got really excited when she opened her mouth and that sound came out.
If I win that $5 million, I'll give you jewelry.
But I will say that one of my favorite moments was when she was being put in the ambulance and she was like holding onto her stomach and she was like,
Don't let Simon see this.
Still like, my baby daddy can't see me like this. She wins.
That's star quality.
Wins.
But let's say that she doesn't turn out to be great. Let's say her voice doesn't hold up to the rigors of whatever Nicole Scherzinger put them through last year. I think I've got the perfect solution to our Panda problem. If she doesn't make it through boot camp, why doesn't Simon just hire her to co-host the show?
Sir, you are brilliant. You are absolutely brilliant.
Literally, they are, I'm saying literally, but I'm about to use the word Kardashian. They're considering a Kardashian. Like literally, they are considering a Kardashian. We have got to stop this. And I think, who wouldn't love Panda? Who doesn't want Panda on their screen every week?
I'm gonna tweet everybody I know.
I would actually take Panda with Steve Jones. That might be amazing. No,
now
okay.
You're pushing it.
Oh, God, Father, in the name of Jesus.
Let's talk about some other contestants. I've got to say, I was super excited about Sister C.
Tell us the name of your group.
Sister C.
The sibling trio that sang Hell on Heels. I just found their harmonies to be so sublime and they took their time with it.
There were 3 of them, correct? That would make a trio normally, but they were always in 2-part harmony. Always, never in 3-part harmony.
From a married man, wasn't up to no good.
One girl was always on somebody else's part, and I feel like with 3 sisters, I should hear 3 distinct parts the entire time, or just be a duo. It was a little frustrating for me. I'm sorry.
You are meaner than Simon.
Girl,
you want to rip a family apart. I can't believe it's come to this.
No, I don't want to rip them apart. I'm just like, the girl that can't sing harmonies, let her be your manager. I'm sorry.
We better put you back on the positive side. Who did you love other than Panda?
I loved Jeffrey, the rocker dad. A voice with that much grit, but also that much control.
Control.
Is just unheard of. The only time I got upset was when I started crying when his little boy ran up to him. I was just mad that they manipulated my feelings like that.
Do you think that was actually his son, or did they get him out of central casting? Because he was like so perfect and cute, and I was like, those children don't exist like that. He's potential like top 5 contestant. And I've got to say, while we're talking potential top 5 contestants, Jessica Espinosa is that good.
Nobody knows the rhythm but my heart.
Her hair is going to get cut in boot camp. I hope.
You don't like the red and the black?
I think it looks like she took somebody else's scalp and placed it on top of her hair. I find it deeply disconcerting. I don't know what's going on. It's 2 colors, it's 2 textures, it's 2 styles. It's too much. Melinda, one final thing about X Factor. What are we looking for when it comes to a group or a boy band? Because I thought the case of Citizen this week was quite interesting when Simon was like,
It feels 10 years out of date.
and I saw where he was coming from.
Hold me tight and don't let go.
But what does he expect from a boy band? Don't we want to see some synchronized dance moves and some nice harmonies and good hair?
We love good hair. We love synchronized dance moves, but we love them when it's not like a knee pop and a snap for the entire song. I was like, so what you're telling me is that you can't dance. I was trying to figure out why they were singing In Vogue. I'm sure it was kind of clever. I was also trying to figure out why the black guy was the one with the least amount of soul.
I can't be mad at the choice of En Vogue. Anytime you get that heartbreaking, soul-shaking bit in there, I may bust that out at home once in a while, I'm just saying.
Oh, God, Father, in the name of Jesus.
So Melinda, let's jump over to The Voice. One person who had a brilliant song choice this week on The Voice was Melanie Martinez.
Baby, can you see I'm calling?
Toxic, that's the toxic girl, right?
Yeah, with the toxic hairstyle, but we'll get to that in a minute.
A guy like you should warning.
I liked her hair. I thought it was kind of cool once I figured out what was actually happening. No?
I'm addicted to you, don't show no that you're toxic.
It was like ribbon candy. It was extraordinarily difficult for me to look at after a while.
Well, in spite of the split personality hair, her on that guitar with that tambourine at her feet,
You're playing the tambourine with your damn feet.
her melody choices and how she kind of had a light lilty voice but then put some weight on it.
You're toxic, I'm slipping under with that.
I am enamored by her. I can't wait to hear more.
I like what you point out too. She did have power when she needed it, because I think sometimes on The Voice we get these singers that are just a little cutesy pie, and then it's like, you know, they're like a human pixie stick, and after 7 or 8 weeks you're like, okay, enough. But with her, I think she has the capability, and I think she also has the ability to sing on key, because I think sometimes with those wispier voices, when the band kicks in, they have a hard time holding on to the melody, but with her, she's hanging in there with it. So I think she's going to be definitely one to watch. Anybody else you were really digging on The Voice this week?
In spite of the way that he spells his name, I really liked Michael. Just his choices were great. His voice was just different and wasn't what I was expecting to come out of him.
Since we've been together,
And I loved him.
oh, I'm loving you forever.
You can immediately take his voice and feel like this translates to radio. I think the interesting thing is he's 40, and we haven't seen many people who are like over 25 on either The Voice or The X Factor this season. So, you know, he's representing for the oldsters out there. He's got to get rid of the hat. It was like an awful clown hat. It was huge. I don't know what's going on under the hat that he felt the need to wear the hat. Maybe he's like that dude on The X Factor that has the flames coming down as his own hairline, in which case I fully support the use of any hat other than the one that he wore.
I didn't mind the hat.
His hat has to go to the same place that Melanie's hair is going. And that's bye, to bring it back to the boy band references. Anybody that you didn't dig this week on The Voice? For me, I was most surprised that the huge YouTube sensation, J.R. Aquino.
Yes, that was mine.
What? Why is he a YouTube sensation? Was he just nervous, like translating it from his bedroom in Alaska to going in front of a live audience? He sort of lost his way.
Just the way you are.
I'll give him credit for one thing. He picked Cee-lo for giving him constructive criticism.
You were having a few problems with those high notes.
The fact that he gravitated to that judge makes me slightly optimistic that maybe he's better than that audition, or he's certainly willing to work to get better.
I really was like, oh, nobody's going to turn around, and he's such a huge YouTube sensation. And then Cherish just started. I was like, oh, my bad.
It makes you feel like they have a dossier slipped under their console, like you might want to turn around. 50 million YouTube users can't be wrong.
And can I just use this moment to say, that if Christina Aguilera uses the excuse one more time, well, since the other 3 guys turned their chair around, I just felt like I shouldn't because they're going to have a battle. Like, what is that?
There's going to be quite the battle, so maybe I'll just sit this one out.
That's her way of saying I wasn't feeling it, but now that I'm facing you face to face. Like, they should almost be forced to give their critique with their back turned to them. They shouldn't turn her around. She should just be like, I'll never see you. Anyway, whatever the case may be with J.R. Aquino, we could probably use a few of his YouTube followers. So come on over when you're when you're done with his playlist.
Right. I'm totally going to go look him up.
Check out Reality
as soon
Check.
as we're finished.
I think I'm ready now. Intoxicate me now.
Hey, I'm Melanie Doolittle, and you're watching ENTV. Hey, I'm Rico Rodriguez from Modern Family, and you're watching ENTV.
My name's Chris Pratt, and you are watching ENTV.